Questions?
Frank, is this a reminder, like you've said over and over, that you haven't done anything yet? It's still early, and you've got to come to play every night?
Yeah, sure is. Winning's not easy in this league. And every night you got somebody that's hungry, regardless of their record or pedigree. And you got to bring in, you got to play well to get a W.
Frank, what do you attribute the three-point shooting tonight and the low number of free throws? Were you with the three-point shooting? Were you happy with the looks, and did the shots just not go in? What did you see?
Well, early I thought we were playing really good basketball offensively, like we've been, and we missed a lot of open looks at the three-point line. We know we're not going to shoot the ball, as well as we've been shooting to start the season all season long. We had a tough shooting half, both at the three-point line and at the basket, and we missed some layups. But you got to play through that stuff, and you got to continue to stay true to who you are. And I thought when we got behind or things, we weren't making shots. We kind of fell into some bad habits, and it was part of the offensive woes.
How do you go about kind of teaching the team to push through those bad habits and keep to your stuff, even if the results aren't there? How do you kind of teach the process over the results? Just
teach it and talk about it. We were talking about it in the timeouts, and you get behind and you start to press. And that's what we did when things weren't going our way in the second half.
How much did not having your two top point guards, I know you don't want to make excuses, but it catches up with you after a while, right, when you don't have those guys to kind of organize the offense?
Yeah, it's a factor. It hurts your rhythm a little bit, but you said it right there. It's not an excuse. We've had our starting point guard out the whole season, and we played really well with it in a good rhythm offensively. And we just got to make sure we come back and find that on Sunday.
What were the Bulls doing offensively to kind of to challenge your defense, and how do you get the team to kind of focus in on the defensive end, especially when shots aren't falling?
Yeah, well, they have good players that haven't performed at a real high level yet, and they've been working at it, and you can see that they executed at a high level tonight. They made shots, and they made plays more than anything. They're very physical with their screening and with their driving, and credit them for playing a good offensive game. We didn't. I don't think we had poor energy on the defensive end. Our focus wasn't as good as it should be, but the Bulls played well.
Frank, what was your rationale for beginning the fourth with Wes on the floor, and did you consider going to Maurice a little bit earlier than you did?
Just looking for a spark, and that was the appropriate time to go to Maurice.
Anything else?
You've seen this team respond well to defeats before. But you've never had a defeat quite like this. How do you talk to the team, or how do you get the team ready for Sunday's game now, coming off of a disappointing effort like this?
Well, this one's behind us, and we got to be prepared. Assuming that Alfred's not back, and maybe he's back, but we got to be prepared to play. The Boston game with one point guard, and patch it together with Sims there, or multiple ball handler type of attack, and we got to do it better than we did tonight. That's all.